Alrighty, everybody. Today is 165 days out. About to hit some back and biceps. Um, Had a bit of a debacle this morning. Um, Grandma came and visited this weekend for my niece's birthday, and actually I have no idea when she's going to go back home yet. But anywho, it's been interesting. She clogged the toilet. She was I don't know. I think she was potty training Lily. She just turned 2, by the way. And they might have just used a little too much toilet paper. And so I go out there and I'm like, what's going on? And Dan, the man of the house, let's just say that. I'm just the roommate, you know what I mean? I just pay rent and that's it, you know what I mean? I do use the guest bathroom more than anybody else, so technically it's my bathroom, but it's not really my bathroom. Anyways, I go in there. Well, what's going on? And they're like freaking out because the water's overflowing and it's on the ground and it's about to seep into the carpet in the hallway. And so they acted very quickly. They got towels and they blocked the water, so that's good. And Dory, Dan's wife, Lily's mom, tells me, hey, go get Dan. Dan's in his office. He's working. He's on a phone call. And I'm like knocking on the door, and when Dan's working, he takes his time to answer that office door. He has it barricaded up. There's a baby gate in front of the main doors, and then the doors have a lock on the top. I mean, he's got that thing. It's a fortress. So I knock on there politely. I'm like, hey, man, the toilet's clogged. It's overflowing. And that's all I said. I didn't inform him that his wife needed him to come with expedients. And so he just shuts the door and continues his phone call. And I'm just standing there. I'm like, okay, well, I could be a man and address the situation, but I'm just following orders, man. I'm just doing what she asked. And I didn't cause this mess. But he eventually comes out because Dory's like, hey, knocking on the door. Hey, the water is overflowing. I need you to come do this. And basically they shut the water off on the toilet because it kept overflowing or something like that. I don't know. And he gets a bucket to scoop some water out of the toilet because it was too much water. You couldn't plunge to unclog it. And so he did that, and he's talking to me the entire time. The ladies leave at this point, and it's just him and I addressing the situation. He's like, yeah, man. It was kind of funny because he was like, you're wanting to have a wife and kids one day, right? You should learn how to do these things. I'm like, okay, first of all, I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, I understand and appreciate what you're trying to say, but it's a little bit condescending, okay? I know how to unclog a toilet. It's not very often that somebody decides to have a waterfall coming out of the toilet, okay? Like, I can't control that. And the only reason I didn't take control of the situation, a couple of reasons. It wasn't my situation to address, and then secondly, I know that's not a good reason, but secondly, Dory wanted me to get her husband. So I'm just like, okay. But I don't know. A pointless story, to be honest. Just something to tell you on the way to the gym. But I'm about to pull up here right now. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I got to go. I actually have to go to Men's Warehouse today. I have to do it today because I've been putting it off for way too long. But to get my measurements, I need to get my measurements for my friend's wedding that's happening in a couple of months. And the only reason I haven't done it sooner is because I was a lot bigger earlier. So like I'm in a cut phase right now, like a diet phase. So I wanted to get the most accurate measurements I possibly could for the wedding. And it's about that time because it looks like next week I'll be increasing my food. Anyways, that concludes the yap session. I'll see you in there. right, that wraps up today's back and by day. I didn't have a posing video because I went to knock on the door and there's somebody in there. Usually you can shut the door and pose. It's not a big enough posing room to really have more than one person posing. I guess it's ideal, but we only have one posing room in the entire gym. But that's okay. The gym sells protein tubs, so I got a vanilla flavored protein. Again, like I said before, if you tell me that you like vanilla, one, you're lying, and two, you need a psychological evaluation, because there's no way you sit there and enjoy vanilla protein. I'm always going to say chocolate is the best and most reliable flavor you can have or get. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to eventually address my clips. Okay, so what I mean is when I'm training, I just mute all the clips because I like to listen to music, and I'm training with my coach and his son and then Kevin. So we're all training together, and so I play music on the speaker. So I don't have my headphones in because I'm trying to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Courteous or respectful of those around me. Anywho, I don't mic up during training because there's not really a point right now. Because I'm not really, I don't know. I eventually actually want to start recording like mic'd up content, but I'm just kind of small steps, you know what I mean? But I'm about to pull up to the 7-Eleven right now, which is like a mile from our house, to give Dan his daughter's shoes. I have to go to Men's Warehouse to go get my measurements for my friend's wedding. Anyways, that's it, really. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for legs. Peace.